Hey, what's going on? My name is Jan Lane. Welcome back to the channel. It has now been confirmed what's going on with Wolverine in the MCU. And the article comes from Screen Rant, and we're going to read the article, and then we are going to talk about it, because this is pretty big news. Right. Kevin Feige opens up about whether Hugh Jackman will be recast as Wolverine. Kevin Feige discusses whether or not the Marvel Cinematic Universe will cast a new Wolverine after Deadpool and Wolverine 2024. Is one of the biggest years for the MCU. Timeline as Deadpool and Wolverine brings back not only Ryan Reynolds back as Wade Wilson, but also Hugh Jackman as a new Logan variant. However, with his massive cinematic return this week, many have been wondering what this means for Wolverine within the world of the MCU, as the X-Men will be reimagined for the franchise. In a new interview with Discussing Film, Feige shed some light on whether or not the MCU will get a new Wolverine following Jackman's portrayal after the release of the upcoming MCU movies, stressing how Marvel has always been about reimagining characters in the comics that also applies to the world of live action. With that in mind, Feige confirmed that eventually a new actor will be cast as the iconic X-Men hero, stating the following after being asked whether audiences should expect a new casting down the line. Yes, you know, Marvel is celebrating its 85th anniversary later this summer. That's just the first 85 years, and Disney just celebrated 100 years as well. I think these characters will be around for another 100 years, long after all of us. So for sure, there will eventually be another actor as Wolverine. I think it will be in a very different style and in a different way. I also think if somebody were to attempt to do a Hugh Jackman as Wolverine impression, that would be a pretty big mistake. Given Marvel's movie history, eventually recasting Logan may be the biggest and toughest casting challenge for Marvel Studios in the franchise's entire run. This is a reason why Jackman's Wolverine return has garnered as much hype as he has, as his portrayal of Logan has been one of the most beloved superhero depictions since the early 2000s. 2017's Logan was supposed to be Jackman's final time as the Marvel icon, but thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine, the Marvel audience gets another chance for the actor in the comic book movie genre. But it will definitely be tricky to find someone to take over for Jackman, which is why it may be wise for the MCU to hold off with introducing its Earth 616 and Wolverine. The MCU's X-Men reboot is being written, and a script without the iconic team member could also be a great reason to allow other mutants who maybe haven't had the chance to get the spotlight in past films adapting the X-Men story. This should also allow Marvel time to cast a truly perfect Wolverine actor, bringing in someone who can bring a different but authentic take on the character. Further time will also give Feige and his creative team at Marvel Studios proper time to fully develop this new vision for their Wolverine, whoever ends up being tapped for that role. With the amount of X-Men characters that exist in the lore, a new iteration of Logan can certainly wait. For now, the MCU audiences can enjoy seeing Jackman back as Logan in Deadpool and Wolverine starting this week. Very interesting article. Doesn't really give us an answer, does it? I mean, Hugh Jackman, is he going to be Wolverine in the MCU? Yes and no. He is Wolverine at this current moment in time. I've not seen Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm now seeing it Monday because things came up and it's just, that's just life, isn't it? But with him saying, okay, yes, he will be recast eventually and bringing up 85 years of Marvel, 100 years of Disney, it kind of gives me the impression that Hugh Jackman is staying the course for the MCU's Wolverine. Now, that doesn't confirm it there, but hear me out. I think that we're going to get a new Wolverine. We are definitely going to be getting a new Wolverine. I'd actually like it if they did a Wolverine TV show for his origin, and they then put him into an X-Men movie, and then he got his own movies after that and was a bigger, more prominent star in the MCU. But by having his origin being a TV show, you're re-establishing him in the MCU's lore in a completely different way than it had been done with Hugh Jackman. The reason why there is no confirmation or denial of Hugh Jackman being replaced as Wolverine, because he didn't deny it either. He didn't go, no, he's not being replaced. He said, yes, he will be eventually. The 85 to 100 year comment, this can be going on for another 100 years beyond us. So, my response is this. Who here watching this video, believes that Hugh Jackman is going to be staying the course as Wolverine for Avengers 5 and Avengers 6? Who here also believes, this is a big one as well, that Hugh Jackman has agreed to maybe do a cameo spot in the X-Men movie? I don't think... This is one that's way far off. I think the Avengers ones are better, and honestly, I actually think that if they were to do it right, if they were to go, okay, we're doing Avengers 5, Avengers 6, Hugh Jackman's going to be in it, he's going to be Wolverine. Again, you're going to get to see him 2 more times, it's 3 times in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and at the end of the Cinematic Universe, you have him sacrifice himself along with other old heroes, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and various other characters. Iconic characters. You could have John Krasinski. You could get him back to do a movie spot, be in the movie, and as Mr. Fantastic, and then you can have him die off at the end of it, and sort of wrap up these characters that fan castings, these legacy characters. You can sort of wrap that all up by the end of Avengers 6, Avengers Secret Wars, and be like, right, okay, now this is the new way forward. We have been told that it's the mutant era. We're heading into the mutant era. That's what we were told. That's what it's being called. Kevin Feige said the new era starts with Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's the mutant era. Okay. What does that mean? What does it mean exactly? Well, to me, the mutant era is X-Men, Deadpool, a lot of mutant movies and TV shows. And you can't do mutant stuff, in my opinion, without the biggest mutant of them all. Sure, you don't have to add him into an X-Men movie. There's been X-Men films that Hugh Jackman didn't do. You can have the first 3. You can have the first trilogy without Wolverine. But you can have a Wolverine show play alongside it. Do an origin for Wolverine. There's so much you could do in that sense. So, what is there to really... When you sit and you look at what Kevin Feige said, what has he actually said? Hugh Jackman will be recast at some point. Of course he will. I think everyone knows that they are going to continue doing Wolverine stuff. He didn't say that they would recast. He said, 80 to 100 years is a long time. We'll all be gone by then. And I'm sure that they'll do another Wolverine film. He didn't specifically say that he was the one that was going to eventually recast. Kind of gives me an indication that Hugh Jackman is staying the course, but they don't want to announce it yet. It'll probably be like, be like one of them big teas, one of them drops in the movie, or it gets leaked eventually. It'll probably be like Spider-Man No Way Home, where you think he's coming back, but you weren't 100%, some people weren't 100% sure. I knew because I watched every interview and watched all the reactions, watched the way the actors were and where they were going and things, when they did like the paparazzi, like it just pop up because I used to follow Spider-Man news like mad when No Way Home was on its way. And it's all very much like that in my opinion. I feel like we've got Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine for this. I feel like he's going to at least do another 2 movies. I may be wrong, but from the way that Kevin Feige speaks, it doesn't indicate they're recasting him now. It sounds like they're going to recast him in 15 to 20 years. From the way that he's like, oh, well, yeah, we are going to have to do it eventually, but not yet. Is Hugh Jackman staying the course? Who knows? The article suggests he isn't, by its heading, but the way that Kevin Feige has spoken, he suggests maybe he's not, maybe he is. He doesn't want to give us that answer yet. Maybe it's because Hugh Jackman hasn't signed on the dotted line. I want to talk about fan castings, and we can do that in the comment section here. Who would you want? Let's say Hugh Jackman has finally gotten done with the role. He's left. That's it. Who do you want to play the new Wolverine? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Also, smash that like button. It really does help out the channel. And I've been having so much fun doing this channel. It's been really fun to, talk about movies, just have an opinion on things like this. And people watch and people enjoy it. Also, I want to have people starting to, all my viewers, all the viewers I'm currently getting, like, a lot of them are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. We cover movies. This is a movie channel. So if you are a movie fan, if you like comic book movies and you want to talk comic book movies, we've been talking and discussing a lot about comic book movies recently. So, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts down below about the current state of Marvel, the current state of DC. I have a DC crossover video out. DC and Marvel crossover video out. Go check that out with DC animation. I am loving what I'm doing at the moment. Just reading articles, talking about them, dissecting them and my own opinions. And I'd love to hear more of your opinions on the matters. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you all in the next one. And as always, stay cinematic.